SSM's Wednesday Global Africa program brings to you our news stories, exclusive reporting, and SSM perspectives on the day's top news. Plus, the inside scoop on Africa's most important developing stories. Join us on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. West African time.
Good day, viewers around the world. George, good day to you. It's morning here in Milan, Italy. You're welcome to another edition of our program, Wednesday Global Africa, SSM. My name is Godwin Iwedu. I'm here with George Chuku from Toronto, Canada. George, how are you?
Well, I'm fantastic. Good morning to you, Mark Godwin Iwedu, and good morning, viewers from around the world. Welcome to our Wednesday Global Africa. We have a lot of news stacked up for you today. So get ready. Let's bankroll the whole entire thing.
Let's bankroll the whole entire thing. George, a special feature today is our face-to-face discussion with the former Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, and a very noble man in Nigeria, presently ADC diaspora officer. That's His Excellency Solomon Dalung. So, but before we have him in the studio, let's run through some of the news making headline, George. Yes, let's start with this very funny situation in Abuja yesterday, where Wike clashed with soldiers, accusing military officers of land grabbing, and he says he will not be intimidated. George, that was a very fun thing. Do we see the video first? Do we?
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
Nobody does that. We did not carry anybody. The man took the we will not allow going on cheap on and then you to carry land.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you stop that?
Get the
will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, your man, put us.
I will not shut up.
Will you get out?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir,
I was in school, you're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
will
me
you keep quiet? Get a big food.
I'm not
you are a big fool.
I'm not a fool,
you think I shoot anybody like that?
Sir, I'm not
you
a fool.
Who are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
As at the time I graduated, you are primary school.
I'm acting on order.
For which order? You will see whether you love me here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go and open up your mouth.
Officer, I'm not a fool, sir.
You will have killed everybody here.
No, we won't kill anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
Go and develop your right to see you.
Regular officer, you won't come on.
We are going to get out.
I'm not even seeing what's recording. Hello, sir.
Director press.
George.
Oh Lord, have mercy upon us in Nigeria. It's very unfortunate.
That naval officer, Lieutenant Yerima is his name. Young man stood up to Wike. Wike is FCT, that's Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. He is the minister in charge of that Federal Capital Territory. Now, the story is quite interesting. He clashed with these people because he said the military officers grabbed illegal land and seizing property. So, but this young man stood up and said, no, that the land wasn't grabbed and all that. George, let me hear from you. Interesting.
It's very absolutely very interesting. This confrontation in Abuja is far more than just a heated argument. Honestly, it's far more. Wike has been accused of doing so many underhanded things. There are so many properties that are being destroyed because of the poor people, and they don't care. They go there, they just destroy them, they remove them from from wherever they have been for so long because they want to, they're claiming that they want to do they want to clean up Abuja and all that. A lot of poor people have been victims of this type of thing. Not too long ago, you saw where people were crying, their properties were being destroyed. They were even there before Abuja came. Now, watch this. This direct clash between the civilian and the military impunity. Mr. Wike is the FCT minister in Abuja, but yet the person who owns this particular land is a military officer. So he felt that he can go there and then show it and whatever he wanted to do with that particular land. But this officer, with all due respect, if you remember, listen to this. Wike is a civilian authority, but this one is a military authority. He made sure that he never insulted Wike. Wike insulted this young man, called him all kinds of names, and yet he maintained his stand because his authority above him said, "This is what I want you to do. Don't allow anybody to intimidate you. Do what I say." And the man stood his ground. So what you're doing, he's challenging the deeply entrenched culture where uniformed personnel believe that their status places them above the law. But when there is corruption in the land and people are doing civil, the civilians are doing whatever they want to do, however they want to do it, because maybe they have their personal security people or police are around them. This is where that rubber meets the road. So finally, somebody withstood him, a young, handsome man for that matter. But this is where we need to be careful. Recently, we have buried what happened not too long ago in regards to an attempted coup in Nigeria. Because when you're watching stuff like this is that thing that rises up against this young man and say, how dare them come against us, talk to us like we are nothing. This is a military officer. If he had argued with this man, with all due respect, regardless of how old the man is, then it would have been something different. But here you are, seeing an elderly man acting like a little boy, insulting a military officer. If his authority told him, don't do anything, stand here and make sure that nobody pushes you around, and you're there insulting the young man, it is actually not very good. Nigeria, we need to be very careful.
Very good, George. George, I like the fact that you buttress on the young man standing with integrity. I mean, he stood. He didn't curse. He didn't abuse. He didn't belittle the minister. He still respected the minister, but he answered him politely. He said those words. Yes, George, beautiful. Let's see that again, George. I mean, this is what
nobody does that.
We did not carry anybody there.
The man took the land. We will not allow because he was cheap on the and then you to carry land.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you stop that?
You get
Will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer. I have integrity.
Shut up, you're not good officer.
I will not shut up.
Will you get out?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir,
I was in school. You're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you keep quiet?
You're
a big fool.
I'm not
You're a big fool.
I'm not a fool,
You think I shoot anybody like that?
Sir, I'm not
You're
a fool.
Who are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
And sometimes I graduated. You're in primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
For which order?
He said, I'm an officer, I have an integrity.
And listen to this. This is very, very important. He said this land was not grabbed. It was bought legally, and we have papers. So listen to this. Nigeria, Lagos State, pay attention to what is going on. When I'm warning on these things, you don't pay attention. Until tomorrow, things will begin to happen. This young man stood his ground. He's a military officer. Regardless of what your position is in the civilian government, if you pay attention to everything that this man said, it was bought legally. We have papers to prove it. Until you go and get your own to show that we did not buy this legally. You cannot shut me up. So we need to pay attention in Nigeria. We need to pay attention in Nigeria. That's all I'm going to say.
So, kudos to this young naval officer, Lieutenant Yerima. You trust Nigerians, they've done some background check. They also found that the father is a respected officer. The father of this young man is a respected officer. So it runs in the blood, I mean, that a lion will give birth to a lion.
No, but not only that. This is a young man that understands what authority is all about. This is a young man that grew up in a family whereby the father, being a military officer, also trained them from childhood to show them what being in authority means and what respecting authority means. He's there mouthing off, insulting this young man, calling this young man a fool publicly
for following orders
from following orders from his authority. We need to be very careful in that country. We need to be very careful in that country.
So George, what has happened is this has exposed the FTC minister, Wike. Wike is not a leader. I mean, a leader should be somebody that should be, in any point in time, right there in the public, he was using derogatory words, he was cursing. Right there in the public, he was just shaming himself. So I don't see how this kind of person should lead if you can't control your temper, your mood in the public. I mean, that's the key of leadership. Is it not so?
See, what he felt, he came out to show that I am the authority here. I cannot be blackmailed. What I say is what goes. But this is where authority meets authority. Who left the scene? Was it the young man or was it Wike? Because Wike shamed himself. If he has stood over there and said, okay, well, what we will do, we'll go and get ourselves ready legally so that we can do what we need to do. That would have been a different thing. He stood there and started insulting this young man. I mean, I'm talking about disgracing his age, his position, his whatever authority he thinks he has, that he's used against all poor people and got away with it. Wasn't Wike recently accused of, giving lands to his children? He defended it. Wasn't the Wike who actually took his sons on an official visit with his two sons outside of the country using taxpayers' money? Wasn't the same Wike who have been accused so many times about some activities that are questionable? Now, let me tell you something. This is that thing that we are talking about. The young man said, I'm a man of integrity. I am a man of integrity. See, these people that are in office, they need to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. There is something smelling in our country, which most of them are not paying attention to. It is not about, the way you govern the people will determine how they respond to you or they react to you. We need to be careful in that country. Don't abuse your position. Don't abuse your authority. And when you are doing something, make sure that your hands are clean. Because what you saw here what you just saw here is Goliath and David. And David won the fight.
David won the fight.
David won the fight.
Even though in this case, David was taller than the Goliath. Goliath was.
Think about his age. Think about his position in the military and think about his age. That's David there.
Yes, that's David there.
Their political position. He's a FCT minister, is he not? But this is just a military officer, that's all. A simple military officer who's taking command from his superior. That's exactly.
And I think the superior must have noticed that he's good at taking command. So probably that was why they sent him to stand against the man. There were other officers behind him too.
Of course not.
The other clips.
Oh, they were ready. They were ready. They were ready. And I can guarantee you, whoever is above them told them, stand your ground. If they push you, push back. And Wike was wise to walk off.
Yes.
Power don't meet power.
Power don't meet power.
You don't understand what is going on here. Let me tell you something. This is not just a simple little, a young officer is talking to FCT minister. This is actually, is showing us where we are headed if we are not careful. Be careful, people in government. Govern with impunity, govern with integrity, govern with open hands and follow the law. Because if you open up forensic investigation against Wike and all these accusations that are coming, you will find out there is no smoke without fire. So if I was in his shoes, I will go back and rethink what I'm doing. Simple.
Big one, George. So viewers, this is it. We are discussing a very interesting 10-stop conversation yesterday in Abuja between the minister, Abuja FCT Minister Wike, and the young naval officer. We've found his name to be Lieutenant Yerima, young man, but did his thing, stood his ground, and followed the instruction from his superiors. So don't back down, no, don't back down. All right, George, let's move on to don't back down. Let's come to a one-time Minister of Foreign Affairs, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. Bolaji Akinyemi came out yesterday to say that he tried to calm Nigerians down. He said Trump is not coming to invade Nigeria. Trump is only coming to help fight insecurity. We've been saying that here anyway. George, you've said that several times. You've said it loud and clear, but people don't seem to understand. People are mixing up, saying the whole thing out of context so that they can create confusion. You know, leaders do that too. Politicians do that. They put words, they misinterpret words so people can confuse, and that confusion will help them. You know, so Bolaji Akinyemi came and said people should please note that America is coming to fight insecurity and not to invade. And that's a good one. We also heard other people make comments. Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka urged Nigerians to unite against extremism, and he also clarified that this issue is not about a Christian-Muslim thing, a religious fight. It is some extremists against people of Nigeria. So, George, these are the updates coming from that Trump statement of Trump said that they are killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. We're not going to allow that happen. He said this while in the flight F1 traveling. So, what will you say, George? What's your take on
it is
what Bolaji Soyinka is saying?
We have seen so many people come out, so many Muslims come out to condemn the killing, the genocide against Christians, many Muslims. Okay. We have seen a lot of clergymen, you know, who are weak-spined clergymen, who are pastors, who are supposed to be, you know, backing, you know, the killing, you know, condemning the killing of Christians, come out to talk nonsense because of their, you know, political affiliation or fear of retribution from the government. But what we're seeing here is nothing but a comical view from Nigerians. It is a Christian genocide, whether you like to call it that or not. It is a documented evidence. The people that are in the north, when they start showing you pictures, showing you all the length of time that it's been happening, then you cannot call it anything but Christian genocide. You've had them come out. They spoke specifically about the target. Who are killing who? Are there Christians killing Muslims, or are there Muslims killing Christians? Why are they in the middle belt, eliminating these people, displacing these people, and taking them to the camps? All these things started many years ago when Buhari felt that the Northerners are being marginalized. He felt like, okay, I have run for government for several years and I have not won. He opened the door to Chad, Niger. He opened his mouth and said it. He allowed them to come in to get ready. If Jonathan would have gone for another 4 years, he would have destroyed Nigeria. He said that the blood of baboons will run on the streets. Did he not say that? I was in Abuja on the same day that Jonathan considered the election. I was in Aso Rock from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 30 minutes after we left Abuja, Jonathan considered the election. because he knew what was coming. A lot of people are blaming Obama. Obama knew what was going to happen. American intelligence already told him that they will massacre Christians in that place. So Obama made sure that Jonathan will concede the election so that there will not be blood. I was there when Jonathan said, I do not want any bloodshed on my re-election bid. I was there physically when he said so. So don't come and tell me there is no Christian genocide. Because what happened was all these thousands of people that were brought, all the Muslim Fulanis that were brought in to destroy Nigeria, when Jonathan conceded, they didn't have any other way to go. This is what you're seeing. This is where all these terrorists come from. This is where Boko Haram came from. This is all of them. They couldn't go back. Therefore, they have to find a way to give them wives and all those things. There is absolutely Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. So anybody that's trying to come to coin it or say it any other way is just lying through their teeth. Because
but so better still, maybe we could phrase it that people are being killed, Muslims and Christians, but more Christians, because truly,
who is killing who? Who is killing who?
Yes, yes.
Are there Christians that are killing Muslims? Are there Christians in the south where you have majority of them killing any Muslim?
No, we can't.
Do you remember what happened a few months ago when 16 people who looked like terrorists were killed in Edo? Do you remember that?
Okay.
What happened to the governor of Edo State to go and bow to the emirs in North to beg for forgiveness? But yet they are massacring Christians every day and nobody's saying anything. Let's stop lying through our teeth, because now this case has already gone to the throne of God. His children has been massacred long enough, and Trump is saying, as Trump needs to stand his ground and ensure that this elimination strategy must stop in that country. Let's tell the truth to power.
Yes, let's tell the truth to power. So what we will say is, because of the truth, I've heard from some Christians too. I've heard from some people, neutral people. They say the killing is also affecting both ends. The killing is affecting
eventually it started affecting them. How many Muslims? Listen, eventually started affecting them. Originally it was not. The massacre, you will hear pastors who came out to tell you how many they have buried in mass graves. So let me tell you, the point about it is Nigeria is a funny place. We tend to have a limited and selective cafeteria style kind of mentality. We choose what is fine. Or if it suits our political agenda, yeah, we say it. If it doesn't, we don't say it. Listen, the truth of the matter is, who are the ones doing the killing? Who are the ones doing the killing? From the 2000 up until today, who are the ones doing the killing? Are there Christians killing Muslims? Every single one of these terrorist groups are all Muslims killing Christians. Somebody in France drew a cartoon of Muhammad. They started killing Christians, Southerners in Kaduna, in the north. It's a systemic issue that we need to go and resolve. All we are doing is calling on our president. Man up, sir. With all due respect, man up. This problem is huge. It's bigger than you. Get the help you can from the United States of America. Let's stop this insurgency. Let's stop this killing of Christians. Let's stop killing, whether it's Christians or Muslims. Yes, all lives matter. But right now, when you call it, genocide, it's been happening for many years. The time has come. It must stop. Simple, straightforward.
The time has come. It must stop. George, you're blowing very hot here.
No, it's true.
So,
it's true.
Yeah. Anyway, Bolaji Akinyemi, former Minister of Foreign Affairs, has calmed Nigeria. He said, listen, this is not about Trump coming to invade Nigeria, because some politicians were making up the story to put fear in the people. Even Trump made an address yesterday on Monday. Trump did an open address to Nigerians that they should be calm. I don't know if you had that address from Trump. He said Nigerians should be calm. So it's not about war. It is about offering to help fight our insecurity, which is an issue, like George is to say here too. So also, some people are saying things. Well, Norbert Laurent Schwenker says Nigeria should unite. Nigeria should unite against extremism. That's,
you see what we're trying to. Let me tell you what I'm hearing from these people. They're trying to be politically correct. But there is a time when you don't have to be politically correct. You speak it raw, as truth as it is. Okay, look at even the issue that happened with some of these what do you call this a cheap political party, Social Democratic Party, who came out and started talking nonsense, issuing warning to Trump. Can you imagine that? This is a new diplomatic spat between Nigeria and the US after Trump said what he said. In response, a major Nigerian political party issuing a strong warning to the US, saying, "I don't interfere in our affairs," but has been interested, bringing a counter offer. Instead of criticism, they say, that US should, use their military power to help us. But they're issuing a warning to who? It's just like a little ant talking to an elephant.
George, that's what has been happening. A lot of people they are really taking the whole thing out of context. They are saying a lot of trash. Imagine saying Trump should come, they're ready for war, they will kill all these American soldiers. All of that means, can you imagine?
Isn't this a comical situation? It's almost so comical.
And they are making a fool of themselves. They are making a fool of themselves because they show how ignorant they are. They don't understand new ways of conflict resolutions and all that. Nobody.
No. This is stupidity to the highest order. You have a minor, virtually unknown political party in Nigeria, Social Democratic Party, which holds no real power and likely trying to score a cheap political point, issuing a warning to the United States of America. Isn't that so cheap? Let's be blunt.
Very cheap.
What exactly can this SDP do if Trump decides to come bring military power against Nigeria? What would they do? They will be running on, trying to find bunkers to go and hide themselves. If they just say Trump decides to go and launch this attack, what are they going to do? What kind of military power do you have? Can you stand even one more from Nigeria?
Interestingly, America is not a pushover and a small force. Do you know that even while we're talking, I can bet you the way they do things, I've studied their tactics. Do you know they've combed up all of those Sambisa forests, all of those places where this Boko Haram is? They know what to do when it's time. Yes, George, that's how Americans are. They just probably just leave everything. They've taken control of it. They've taken charge of all of those.
You know what we fail to understand?
Mm-hmm.
What we fail to understand, we have depended on America when it comes to intelligence. We don't know this. This some of these idiots that are talking this nonsense. And as a matter of fact, it's so everybody comes down to bring their own 2 cents into the whole entire thing. They forget that Nigeria has depended on America on intelligence, because since 1999, there is a pact that we signed with the U.S. government.
Yeah,
the U.S. government is giving Nigeria more than $1 billion in aids. Are you listening to this? In different areas. They've been training our military men so that they can stop this insurgents. They're giving us more than $1 billion in aids. So they have authority to question you when you are asking for military weapons, and then those military weapons are ending up in the hands of the terrorists. So they have
very good. Yeah.
Yes,
that's a good one, because people keep using the word. They came to America to seek help during the social time. America didn't give them help. America was aiding the Boko Haram. Now they forget that there are rules in arms buying. There are rules in arms to buy arms. There are rules and regulations. So you don't just sell arms to anybody that comes because the person has interest. So these are some of those. issues being taken out of context in this whole thing.
The reason why Obama refused to sell weapons to Nigeria, do you know the reason? The reason
there are three reasons. There are three reasons.
Intelligence already told them that most of this military equipment that are being sold to Nigeria ends up in the hands of the people, in these terrorists. So he refused. He refused. Because why? Because Nigeria depends on America on intelligence. America supplies Nigeria the intelligence that they need to combat these terrorists. So they know more than most of our ignorant politicians, our ignorant citizens know. They know more than we do. And up until today, they're blaming Obama. But Obama he received intelligence from Niger, because the military was in Niger, and they always allow American military men in Nigeria to gather intelligence so that they can supply the government with, current information to fight the insurgency.
To gather intelligence for African countries is a very easy thing. We have all the diplomatic corps of all these European countries. We have American embassy, consulate, all these things. Somebody there could be working on intelligence and taking that one is no problem at all. All right, George, let's do a break. Viewers, we are here Wednesday, Global Africa. We're supposed to have our guest here, the former minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We're still waiting for him. But let's do a break, George. We'll come back and we'll talk more issues, more very urgent issues happening around Africa, Nigeria, and the world. All right, George, see you. Thank you.
SSM's Wednesday Global Africa program brings to you our news stories, exclusive reporting, and SSM perspectives on the day's top news. Plus, the inside scoop on Africa's most important developing stories. Join us on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. West African time. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in diaspora and at home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerian soul are proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
This country has some of the most extraordinary culinary diversity in the world. I'm talking about Nigeria. This first dish is amala abula, made popular by the Yoruba people in southwest Nigeria. It starts with amala made from dried yam and then is covered in a variety of soups. Next we have ofe nsala, a white soup that is synonymous with the Igbo people of southeastern Nigeria. It goes best with fufu, or akbo as the Igbos call it. Next we have suya, the most well-known food of the Hausa and Fulani people of northern Nigeria. Meat is covered in a peanut-based powder called yaji and cooked over an open fire. This is banga and starch, a classic of the Urhobo people of Delta State. Lastly, we have onunu, a plantain-based swallow of the Izon people in South Nigeria. We are eating it with fisherman soup, popular throughout this whole region. And of course, we don't forget the jollof rice. This is popular everywhere in Nigeria. I think what makes Nigeria so great is the diversity of all the different people coming together. These beautiful ethnic groups living side by side, sharing culture and cuisine is what makes Nigeria such an amazing country to visit. Nigerians should be so proud of that cultural heritage, as there is so much more that unites than divides them.
Schengen Story magazine is an African international bi-monthly magazine based in Milan, Italy, and founded in 2016. The publication focuses on personalities, fashion, style, entrepreneurship, and culture for Africans. Though articles On food, movies, fitness, music, travel, sports, technology, and books are also featured. Our lives full of best stories. A lot can happen in a month. Expand your mind, change your world. Get Schengen Story magazine's full editions. Celebrating Africans make an impact. Read better, the inside story. Your fashion magazine for a better lifestyle. Inspiring stories for you. Your monthly dose of entertainment. A better mind keeping you updated.
Hashtag Schengen Story magazine. Get Schengen Story magazine full editions.
All right, George, welcome back. Viewers, you are welcome back. You tune in to Wednesday Global Africa Updates. I'm here with Sir George Chukwu. Sir George, there's something we were trying to say behind the story of a 210 trillion unaccounted fund that is, they say, that must be returned. The NMPCL must return it to the federal account because they don't understand how that money went. They don't understand that. So, George, do you have that story? What's it about?
Yeah, we're following this major development over 210 trillion unaccounted funds at the NMPC. This is great. This is 210 trillion. 10 trillion. I've been saying this for the longest. Okay. So now this isn't just a routine audit. It's a moment that demands a deep critical look. Let me give you an idea, a little bit of analysis of what we are seeing here. Okay. Number one, I want to make a few statements, and then we'll just go. The staggering scale points to a systemic, simple failure. We're not talking about millions. Not even billions. We're not talking about millions. We're talking about not billions, trillions. A figure so vast is almost abstract. Okay. Now, first and foremost, this isn't just an accounting error. This suggests a fundamental breakdown. A fundamental breakdown in our government, like it or not. This isn't, it's just okay. A standard audit can flag, little discrepancies, but only a full forensic audit mandated by an independent international body could ever hope to trace where this money actually went, who authorized this movement, and whether it's ended up in private pockets or complex financial schemes. Listen, there is absolutely no way the government is ignorant of what's going on.
Yes, because that's too much money.
Yes, these political connections are impossible to ignore. The presidents have been the Minister of Petroleum. Let's be clear. The NNPC is not an independent entity. Its leadership is appointed by and reports directly to the President of Nigeria. So, because sometimes, we are jokers. Come on, man. 210 trillion dollars we are talking about here. We're not talking about 210 million, 210 billion, trillion dollars. What is the American yearly budget? Is it up to 210 trillion? Okay. No, think about it for a minute, okay? Because furthermore, the president of Nigeria is the Minister of Petroleum, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So also, the Central Bank of Nigeria is directly connected to the President of Nigeria. They report to him, right?
Yes.
So furthermore, major financial flows involve the Central Bank of Nigeria. Therefore, when sums this large go unaccounted for over 7-year period, spanning different administrations, it raises uncomfortable questions that can go straight to the highest level of power. Come on. It is institutionally naive to think that discrepancies of this magnitude occur without, listen to this, occurred without any awareness of the potential involvement from the very institution tasked with overseeing the nation's treasury oil wealth.
Oil well, George. Oil well. Okay. Yeah, George. Now, let's let our viewers understand what we're saying. We have some of them here. We're talking about a fund, 210 trillion naira on account fund that the NNPCL is that body, is Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. No, it's limited, and they say these are outstanding bills, money. From different oil companies that have been paid, companies, oil companies in Nigeria pay a certain amount of money to the NNPCL as the regulatory body of oil production. So Shell, Chevron, Halliburton, that all of these companies pay an amount of tax and all of that to NNPCL. So now with all of this money that has been collected, and the NNPCL don't have any record about this, George, that's the storyline. So now the Senate of Nigeria is saying that money should be given back to the Nigerian account. It should be put back into the Nigerian account, not wherever it may have been by now. So George, this shows there's competence, there's no transparency in our in this company. NNPCL is a company that we all should put our eyes on because they are handling the shared wealth of Nigeria. George, tell us. Go ahead, George.
You see, because when we are looking at NNPCL, when we are looking like the MFLS, the reason why they want to shut him up and stifle him is simply because all the money that is missing did not go to MFLS account. MFLA kept on, shoving money into certain people and decided to do his own. If my master is chopping, let me eat crumbs from the ground. The extension and the retail laws are major red flags. The NMTC is asking for more time to explain is a classic tactics in the playbook of opacity. That's what it is. Okay? Opacity. So yes, that's what it is. They're just looking for a way to buy time to find a way, either that the story will die and nobody will. And then let me tell you what's going to happen. Phone calls are already going through the back doors. If you guys are not careful, you will be exposed though. So don't stop all this process you guys are doing right now, because we know that we did not eat this money by ourselves. We know that this money did not go into our own coffers. So if you continue with this investigation, everything will be exposed, and from top to bottom, things will crumble. We saw what Buhari did with Emefiele. He ordered him to do a whole lot of illegal things, if we will call it so, because of executive power. Today, he's the one languishing in jail, going through all kinds of mess. Where is Buhari? He's gone. So when you talk about all this in Nigeria, you got to be very, very careful, because NNPC retail, and a fuel marketing subsidy is recording a loss in a country where it is the primary importer and seller of petrol. How is that possible? How can NNPC, how can you report a loss? You are the retailer, the wholesaler of oil in Nigeria.
Now, George, the last NNPCL CEO, that's Mele Kyari. All these people will be brought to book. The new one also, even though he will say he's just new there, but at least he should have an information of what is happening with this heavy amount of money. So Bayo Ojulari and Mele Kyari should be brought to this house. And yesterday they said Bayo Ojulari, the new NNPC boss, the one on your right hand side of those facing the screen, they say he didn't come, he didn't make it to. He failed to show up. He failed to show up to the sitting at the National Assembly. Also, who should be brought book is the other man, Mele Kyari, the man with the hat in his head. He should also come tell us what is all of this story.
Okay,
this is too heavy.
This entire situation underscores that without transparent, politically independent forensic investigation, the answers provided may be just a new layer of, just a way to obscure the whole entire thing. Deeply rooted issue. Deeply rooted issue. We're not talking about, bunkering. We're not talking about, what was discovered not too long ago, where, ships are coming and taking oil out. No, we're not talking about that. We are talking about legally sold oil in international markets for the past 7 years, $210 trillion. And yet we are languishing with poverty in the country.
And yet our president will be humping around, going to get loan, going to take loan.
Loan everywhere. And you have this kind of money going under, missing, meandering, being swallowed up by cobras and all the big snakes. I mean, come on, man. Come on, Nigeria. Wake up. Stop sleeping, giants of Africa.
Bayo Ojulari should be brought to the book, should tell us what is happening. The former NNPCL boss, Mele Kyari, should also tell us this money cannot be.
No. You don't understand.
Okay.
They cannot tell you what is going on. They cannot
implicate.
They cannot implicate their superiors. It's almost like you are stealing money and they're telling you to go and investigate the stealing of the money. Come on. How do you think you're going to shoot yourself on the foot? He didn't show up yesterday.
We want to pretend we don't know how those things work. So all we want to know is where is 210 trillion naira? Where is Nigerian money? Where is our money? Because that money is for all of our George. That's our money. It's not NNPCL.
It is our money.
Particular person is
our money. The only
instead of this loan we're going around to look for, instead of all of these things we're doing, this is money sitting right there at the decks of NNPCL, and they should tell us where that money is.
The only way to find out where the money is. The only way to find out where the money is, like I said, we have to get a foreign forensic investigation, independent, not to be influenced by the government or by the military or by anybody. Independent. Okay, that is the only way, because they cannot expose the systemic flaws that we have where these monies are just disappearing. I'm telling you, it's not going to be possible. The only way that this can happen is Tinubu decides today, okay, I don't care. I'm rich enough. I don't want any more money from anything. Let's open up the whole entire thing and find out the systemic flaws. But I don't think he will do it. Unfortunately, he will not. He will expose a lot. He will expose a lot. He will not. Because it's possible that a lot of people will be implicated. The whole system will just collapse. Think about it. 210 trillion. 200. We're not billion, not million, not billion. Trillion. 7 years. 7 years. So we have this kind of money, and we are there running around borrowing money from the World Bank, borrowing money, going through. Come on, man.
Come on. George, talking of things not being too right in our country, the World Cup playoff, there's the World Cup playoff that will soon begin. That's because each of the group football matches they are playing, some group are at they are loggerhead. They are sparing. That is, there is no winner yet in some group. they have to run a playoff to really determine who wins and who goes to the World Cup. So now the Nigerian World Cup team, Super Eagles, are boycotting. They are boycotting their training over paid bonuses. Unpaid bonuses, George. Another story again. So what we learned is that some players refuse to train. They are protesting, in allowances and so many money that have been promised that's supposed to have been paid to them. George, we keep seeing this every time. Every time it is our
exactly.
It is our. We've never gone past this level at most of our engagements, where they say, the footballers have been settled, the sportmen have been treated well, they've had over bonus, a lot of things are happening, and they're all happy. It's always they are not paying them. They didn't get their jersey, they didn't get the materials, they didn't do the Georgie.
No. This welcoming training is not an isolated incident of administrative failure. Okay. It is a perfect, painful symptom of systemic corruption that is choking our country. When we pull back the camera, we see a much larger and more disturbing picture. I'm being honest with you. Okay? This is a deliberate financial strategy, not an inability to pay. The money for players and allowances bonuses is budgeted and released by the federal government of Nigeria to the NFF. It's being released. Okay, the reoccurring delay is not because of funds that doesn't exist. It is a calculated tactics. These funds are often lodged in bank accounts, either to earn interest for individuals or to be used as a float for other unofficial expenses. The players and staff are essentially being used as unwilling creditors in a high-stakes game of financial manipulation, where their national pride is held hostage. These are young men and women that are playing, and they just blood and sweat to make us look good. It reflects a total breakdown of our national priority and accountability. Why is it that this kind of thing will be happening and the government will not call this particular department to order? Why? Ask yourself that.
Why?
Think about it.
Why?
Okay, this is the Super Eagles, one of the few sources of national, our national unity and pride. So if this level if this level of brazen financial disrespect can happen to them on a global stage, you imagine what is happening to the budgets for the hospitals, for schools, for roads that are out of the spotlight. The fact is this. Okay, the fact is this scandal repeats every few months, and it shows there is zero consequences for those mismanaging funds. It reveals a system where personal gain consistently trumps national interest, and even to the entire world is what the entire world is watching. It is so sad. No, think about it for a minute. It's a clear disrespect in our own eyes. We are watching it.
George, it's very sad. It's appalling. It's a shame that we have to go through this every time. Anytime I come to talk about news on sports, it's always stories like this. They didn't pay the allowances. They didn't bring their strengths. They didn't bring their material.
A few days before their game, right? A few days before their game.
And we expect them to go and perform. And this is World Cup. We're talking of it's a global event where the world shines. People come to showcase their talent. All right, George, this is beautiful. We didn't have the guests. We don't know what has happened. But George, you've done more than you've done so much like your guests too, putting out updates and good news occurrences around the world. George, what's your word for today before we leave? It's time. Let's
I mean, it breaks my heart that this what we're just talking about is more than corruption. It is a profound betrayal of everything Nigerians who supports the team. It proves that the system is so rotten that it would rather see the nation fall or fail than operate the transparency and the timely financial discipline that it needs to make us look good internationally. The reason why musicians are flourishing, the reason why the movies are flourishing is because they're not connected to the government. If they have been connected to the government, they will not go anywhere. It is so sad. You think about what is going on in our country today, and you see that the system needs a complete and absolute foundational overhaul, fundamental overhaul. Because without this, we are playing games. We are playing games. And it saddens my heart when I see these young men who is dedicating their lives to make us so proud, to make us so look good in the international world. And yet, they're being treated like animals. You won't pay them their money because somebody, somewhere, somehow took the money that was budgeted and is keeping it for themselves. And these players are languishing. And tomorrow you want them to go out there and to be the super egos that they are to defeat our opponents. It is sad. It is sad. I'm listen. I will continue to pray for our country. My last words. I will continue to pray for the government of Nigeria because that is the only option that we have. If we don't pray, then what? We'll continue to sink deeper into the whole entire mess that has been going on for many, many years. Let the people breathe in our country. Oh Lord, help us. Start from the top. The anointing goes from the head all the way to the feet, down to the bottom. We are praying that the systemic corruption, the systemic mess that is going on in our country, let it glaringly come out in the open so that whatever that is made manifest will be light, so that we can fix that country, the best country in the whole entire world.
Lord. Thank you very much, George.
Lord help us.
Lord help us. George,
help us.
You today was spotlight on you. And you did it so well. So George, we want to go. Let's go. Viewers, we are sorry. We don't know what has happened to the minister, the former minister, the guest that would have been here with us today. But we've done our thing and it looks so good too. So we'll come on Friday, however it is. If we get the minister to reschedule, we'll let you know. But thank you. Thank you for sitting on with us here, all of you from different parts of the world. Thank you for tuning to Wednesday Global Africa Update. My name is Mark Godwin Iwejwan, and I pray also for everybody. I pray for our viewers that as much as we want to be informed, we want to get updates. Yes, let also the blessings of God. God also tells us to pray and watch occurrences. Pray. We pray that things will not get us caught up suddenly. We will not be caught up in negative occurrence suddenly. God will keep us all through till the end of the week. So God bless you all. George, God bless you. Thank you for coming. Till we come again Friday. Have a beautiful hump day. Bye.
That's it.